very warm welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on Tuesday, the 2nd of June. Warm, I think, being the optimum word right there. It is properly hot. My hair, right? So let me explain the hair first of all, because it's getting long to the point where it's getting in my eyes now. It's not quite as long as my brother's, who is really long, or Ash's. Ash's got really long hair as well. But I've been wearing my wife's, not mine, Tough Mudder headband for most of the day, and I'm still having. Hang on. I'm still having minor confidence issues wearing it in public. But with my mic, let's unmute it. That's how it's been for most of the day, and I'm inclined to keep it on now. I've put it back on and explain the situation. I look like one of the 118 guys. I was going for more of a Rafael Nadal there, Matt, but it's yeah. Hang on. Let me sort this out. I have to rotate it the other way because it's in the camera. There we go. And now I can see things in it. Anyway, lovely to have you all here. It is unbelievably warm at the moment, certainly where I am. I hope it is where you are, because am I fully recovered from that? I think so, Matt. I've been sort of mellowed a bit on Sunday and then Monday, and then today I sort of got back to work on the next game. It was going to be a dev stream tonight, but well, it was a dev stream or Millionaire, and you voted as you did for Millionaire, so Millionaire it is. I'm going to say a bit more about past streams in a minute, as well as future streams. But first of all, good evening to everyone in chat. Good evening to Danny Boy and to Walix, and thank you very much for that resubscription, Walix. Very grateful to you. Scooter Dust and Use Man, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the party. Danny Boy again. Aspie a Dog, hello. Cola. Score count. Shadowmane, hello to you. Cetra, good evening. Hisho, good evening to you. Nightbot, always nice to see you've shown up, even if you're sending out links which I should have disabled and actually have done now. Thank you for the host as well, Walix, and the host as well, Shadowmane. Thank you for that. Walix, thank you for that. The highlighted Ben is a legendary host. I don't know about legendary, but I'll take it. Jack Wilfred, good evening. Hello to you. Dogfish, hello, welcome. Connor, welcome to you, and thank you for that 8-month subscription as well as that host. Very grateful to you. Kazvez, Ninja Warrior Boy, Panda, good evening. Toad Boy, Ash, thank you for that host. Good evening to you. An Average Arceus, welcome. It's so lovely to see so many new people here and people coming back from Saturday. So thank you for sticking around and coming back. It's great to have you here. Awesome Quintuple 9, thank you for that host. Matt, good evening, and thank you for the host. And Average Arceus again, Shadowmane, Matt, Nightbot, Juiceman, Ninja Warrior Boy, thank you for that host. Random Zombie, good evening to you. Egg Fried Cheese, thank you for the raid, the party raid of 7, good evening and welcome to you, as well as to Drahuska, and Carl the 7th, and Stephanie Switchbot is here, that's always good. Random Zombie, Drahuska, Danny Boy, Cetra, Toad Boy, Hisho again, Midi Plays, thank you for that host, welcome to the stream. Samster, good evening to you. Tyson Bain, hello and welcome. And anyone else, Lingo Maniac, hello and welcome. Clive of Legend and Bullsboy. I think I got everybody. This is getting exponentially longer to do every time because there's more and more people, which is fabulous. And as I often say, it's a nice problem to have. Anyway, more Millionaire coming up tonight. But very, very nice to have you here. I was going to sort of take it easy this week, and I'm taking Saturday off, as I think most of you know, so there's no stream on Saturday ahead of the off-season starting next Saturday, where hopefully there'll be a new game. I know Ash is taking a very well-deserved week off this week as well, but there's plenty of other stuff to be doing in the online quizzing world. If you fancy, and I'll say a bit more about that a little later on. But yeah, thank you very much again, everybody, for Saturday. I know I've done the written thing in the server, and we did lots of thanks on the day. But sincerely, genuinely, thank you all so much for making Saturday such an enjoyable, memorable, and certainly from a charitable point of view, worthwhile day. The final total is now in. I haven't formally announced this anywhere yet. But based on a couple of people with late donations, basically donations from prizes that they won in the game that they chose to donate, so they've come in later. the final total, plus there was a £75 offline donation, £3,179.99 was raised for Help Musicians UK on Saturday, which is just a phenomenal achievement, and you are all so unbelievably generous. Thank you so much, and that will be going directly to Help Musicians UK, and that will be have a very real impact and effect on helping support musicians who have fallen on hard times, particularly with this coronavirus that's going on, where musicians don't have any work or concerts at the moment. So yeah, well done, and thank you. Why is this headband going around? Is it just my hair's in the way and I can't see it? Is it over there? Hang on. It's going to bother me if I don't sort it out. I'm going to spend the entire evening messing around with it. Hopefully not. Right, that's central. And push, and where? So yeah, absolutely incredible job. So yeah, we were going to have a week off this week, but we're going to play some Millionaire tonight, and not have the dev stream of my super secret new game, which is actually coming together quite quickly. I've done most of the studio, and I'm quite happy with how it looks now. So onto the gameplay, which is going to be a tomorrow job. But yeah, Millionaire tonight. We'll get through probably three stacks is what I'll aim to do, depending how long people last in the chair, of course. I've got 4 ready to go in the build. There's a couple more online if I need to get through them in an emergency. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So, you know the drill by now. The first question stack that we are using this evening is Shadowmane's. Shadowmane, your question stack has been loaded into the game, so you're still very welcome to come and join the lobby, but your fastest finger won't be processed, and obviously you won't be able to come into the hot seat. And actually, you've already been in the hot seat anyway, so that would be why. Likewise, to anyone who has already been in the hot seat over the last few weeks, for now I haven't reset that. At some point I will. I'm not just going to do it forever. But I'm going to leave it for a few weeks to give plenty of people an opportunity to play. I think that's the fairest way of doing it. So I'll probably do it 3-4 weeks, maybe a month, maybe sort of end of June or some middle end of June. I'll reset that and let people come back in. But we'll be taking a little break from Millionaire for a few weeks anyway. So I think that sort of makes it the best way of doing it. Remember, you need a microphone if you want to be in the hot seat, but if you just want to play along in the lobby, that's completely fine. Just make sure you don't answer for the fastest finger, because obviously if you win the fastest finger and you haven't got a microphone, I'm going to have to reset the name manually, which is a bore. So very welcome to come to the lobby, but if you don't have a microphone, don't win fastest finger. So let's get the lobby open, and if you would like to come play the game, type in public chat or get into the habit of whispering to the bot, because this game is mainly done by whispering to the bot. Pop in the code now, CKVX. Ow. Down the wrong way. And a reminder, if you are going to come and chat to me in voice chat, you will need to be in the Discord, which you can find over there. So just so that I can talk to you in the game, and there is a live stream of the game in there as well. How many is that? 8, 9, 6, 7, 20. That's 30. That's good. That's about average for a standard stream. I've kept the increased lobby size. It didn't seem to make much sense, despite the fact it made the names bigger. It didn't seem to make much sense to put it back to 32, because so far as I can tell, the audience is probably only going to get bigger rather than smaller. So yeah, it seems to prepare for the future. Might reduce to 64. Possibly. I don't know. I'll give it some thought. See how we do. Problem is, because it's half the size, it might as well be 128. If it goes full size, the maximum will be 32. 64 would be a bit nah, because they'd still be small, so it might as well be 128 if they're going to be this size. Right, I'll give you till the end of the sting to come into the lobby before we pick our first player. So if you're still lurking in the chat, you've got another 10 seconds or so to come in, and then we'll do fastest finger first. And remember, you need to whisper your fastest finger first to Persephone's Twitch bot, and whoever gets in fastest will be the first to play for a virtual £1 million. That is the end of the sting. So let's lock the lobby up and find out who we've got in the lobby tonight. We've got Live of Legends, Samster, and Average Arceus, Toadboy123, Matt the Ref, Dogfish44, Drahuska, Connor M27, Brick Bother, Jack Wilfred, Scooter Dust, Random Zombie 78, Tansbar, Cola, 8 Minky, Anosept, Ninja Warrior Boy, Kaz Vez, Shadowmane, Midi Plays, Car the 7th, Score Count, Aspia Dog, Awesome Quintuple 9, Deduceman 45, Lingomaniac 88, Applecast 12, Egg Fried Cheese from Vale of Glamorgan, Danny Boy, and Bulls Boy. You are all in the lobby waiting to play for a virtual £1 million. Nailed it. I'm getting good at that. Okay, so remember, you need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot your fastest finger answer, and you need to whisper it as a single message, not individual characters. A single message of 4 letters: A, B, C, D, C, B, D, A, D, C, A, B, whatever you think the answer is. Whisper it to the bot as a single answer, and as soon as the question comes up live in the chat, the question is live, so do not wait for it to appear on the screen, especially if you've got latency going on. As soon as it's in the chat, you can answer, but make sure you whisper it. And remember, if you haven't got a microphone and you've got no intention of joining me in the live lobby, then just ignore the fastest finger. You will still be able to play along in the lobby. Right then, if we're all ready, lights down, we're going to have a fastest finger first. Put the answers into the correct order. Nice and quiet in the audience. Here comes the first question. Starting with the earliest, put these technology companies in the order they were founded. Sony, Microsoft, Atari, Nintendo. Pretty tricky one to begin with there. First of all, let's take a look at the correct answer. So way back, I think, was Nintendo. It was Nintendo up sometime in the 19th century. More recently than that was Sony, which I don't actually know. I don't have factoids. 60s, I think. Up to Atari, which was the 70s, I believe, and then most recently Microsoft in the 80s. Those years, don't quote me on those years, they might not be right. That was the correct order. Let's find out who was fastest, so who got it right and who got it right at the fastest time. All of these were right. Not many of them. Who was fastest? Random Zombie 78 in 7.08 seconds. Congratulations. Only 3 people getting that. Random Zombie, Brig Bother, and Connor getting that correct. Everybody else is welcome to sit around in the lobby, but Random Zombie, if you would like to make your way down towards the chat room, and I will bring you in for stuff. Let me undeafen myself.
Hello.
And let me undeafen you in OBS. You already are. Random Zombie, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Very well, thank you. A little bit warm, but very well. And yourself?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Good. That's what we want. Fine is good. Congratulations on winning fastest finger first. You are going to be the first in the hot seat to play for a virtual £1 million and to get your way onto the leaderboard, hopefully. First thing you need to do, Random Zombie, is pick for me 3 potential phone friends. It can be anybody who has a microphone who you might need to call on later on. You can pick 3, although you can only phone one of them. Who would you like to pick?
Let's go for Score, Egg, and let's go for Car.
Score, Egg, and Car, please be on standby in case Random Zombie needs to phone you to be his lifeline. Now, next thing we need to do, Random Zombie, can you just confirm for me that it is indeed just you, me, and the computer? There are no phones or extra tablets or anything feeding you the answers. Just you, me, and your brain and the computer.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so Random Zombie's name is going to disappear from the lobby. Everybody else, remember, you need to whisper the answer to Persephone's Twitch bot before the time runs out. You have 15 seconds from when the question comes up in chat, and it's just a single letter. You don't need to type the whole answer. If you want to walk away, leave it blank. You will automatically walk away. The same if you run out of time. You'll automatically walk away and obviously won't be able to answer any further
And you might want to set up a Discord go live.
Should I be able to watch your Discord, by the way?
Yes, it should be live.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay, let me fix that. It was. There you go. So, you should now be able to see that. And, yes, so, lobby, hopefully you know what you're doing, and we'll check in with you a bit later on. As for you, Random Zombie, you are now 15 questions away from a virtual £1 million, and if you get stuck along the way, there are 4 lifelines to help you out. You can 50-50, you can phone one of your nominated friends, you can ask the Twitch audience, or you can indeed ask me if you are so inclined. That's what they're there for. You can walk away at any point, but remember, if you drop and you're not on a milestone, you drop a long way back down. Understand the rules?
Yep.
Ready to play?
Let's do this.
Okay, let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? Okay, 15 away from the million. Get ready, chat, because the answers are about to come up, and remember, whisper it to the bot, and just a single letter. Okay, Random Zombie, here is question number 1 for £100. Which of these is a famous London district? Water urinal. Water toilet. Oh, I see, Waterloo. Water bidet. That's a great question.
Great question, but I'm not going to be facing my Waterloo. Final answer.
So right answer, you got £100. Now I've changed the log slightly so I can see who's walking away immediately. It looks like Scooter Dust, Random Zombie obviously walking away because he's in the chair. Ninja Warrior Boy and Juice Man looks like you are walking away. Let's just check in that that is the case. Yes, Scooter Dust, Ninja, and Kaz as well, and the Juice Man walking away, not getting an answer in time there. Let's go on to question number 2. In football, what is the term used when a single player scores 3 goals in a single match? Hat-trick. Hoodie plan. Cowl plot. Balaclava scheme.
I like these questions. It's a hat trick. Final answer.
Right answer, you got £200. Yeah, so just a reminder, we are using Shadowmane's question stack here. So Shadowmane wrote all these questions. It'll be interesting to see how far you can get on his questions. How did the lobby get on? Just one person walking away there. Bulls Boy walking away with £100. Everybody else is still in play. Question 3 is worth £300. Someone who suspects trickery is said to smell a what? Pig. Rat. Camel. Dog.
They smell a rat. Final answer.
They do indeed smell a rat. You got £300. So far, so good. Plain sailing. Over in the lobby, Drahuska walking away there. Not sure if you didn't get your answer in time or if you just weren't sure. Drahuska walking away with £200. Everyone else is still going. Right, 2 more questions before we get to that first milestone of £1,000. Here's question number 4. It's worth £500. What is the name used in retail for the day after Thanksgiving where shops famously have sales? Orange Wednesday, Blue Saturday, Black Friday, Green Monday.
It would be the Black Friday sales. Final answer.
Right answer, you got £500. Yes, famous Black Friday sales is now apparently a tradition we've inherited over in this country.
Apparently, I actually haven't noticed it that much.
Everything's online though now, and they start the Black Friday sales like 2 weeks before, so it's kind of a non-event now. Over in the lobby, everyone who's still in getting that one right, everyone doing well, up to £500. Right, Random Zombie, this is the last point where you could go away with nothing. The next question guarantees you £1,000 if you give me a right answer. The iPhone, iPad, and iMac are all famous gadgets from which company? Plum. Banana. Apple. Pear.
They come from a company called Apple. Final answer.
It's the right answer, you got £1,000.
You should have. do. So good to hear that jingle.
Okay, plain sailing so far. Up to £1,000. You haven't had to touch your lifelines. You've still got all 4 intact. Do use them if you need to. That is what they are there for. Over in the lobby, everyone who was still with you after that, before that question, is still with you now. So Clive, Sampstone, Average Arceus, Toadboy Matt, Dogfish, Connor Brigg, Jack, Tanspar, Cola, 8minky, Anisep, Shadowmane, Midi Plays, Car, Scorecount, Aspie, Awesome Quintop and I'm, Lingomaniac, Applecars, Egg, and Danny Boy. You are all still in and up to a guaranteed £1,000. Okay, money starts to go up rather steeply at this point. Oh, there's a big noise. Thank you very much for that. Follow Super Patrick and welcome to the stream. So, next question is worth £2,000. You might as well play. You've got nothing to lose. Have a look. It's question number 6 of a possible 15. Which of Henry VIII's wives gave birth to Queen Elizabeth I? Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn.
Jane Seymour was 3, Catherine of Aragon was 1, Anne of Cleves was 4, and Anne Boleyn was 2. And Queen Elizabeth was the child of the second wife, so it would be Anne Boleyn in that case.
You want to play?
Let me think about this, because it's just want to make. Don't want to much.
Yeah, no, of course. Take as much time as you like. Which of Henry VIII's wives gave birth to Queen Elizabeth I? Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn.
Yeah, Anne of Cleves was 4. That was the one that. Anne of Cleves was the one he decried. That looked like a horse, apparently. It is Anne Boleyn. Final answer.
That's the right answer. You got £2,000. Yeah, 9th grade history there. Year 9 history, if you're from the UK. Let's see how the lobby got on with that. Whoa! Bit of a bloodbath going on there. Not many people still alive, actually. Clive got that wrong and sticks on £1,000. Samster walked away and sticks with £1,000. Toadboy, Matt, Dogfish, Brig Bother, 8 Minky, Aniset, Midi Plays, Car, Awesome Quintuple 9, Applecast, and Danny Boy all getting that wrong. And Egg Fried Cheese,
What?
Tansbar, and Samster all walking away. Wow, that is a lot of damage there. We've still got an average Arceus, Connor, Cola, Shadowmane, Score Count, and Lingomaniac. But everyone else is gone, either walking away or getting it wrong. Bit of a bloodbath question.
Yeah, we do have a bit of a bloodbath, but average Arceus needs to change that to above average Arceus with that performance.
There you go, average Arceus. You've got a new nickname, above average Arceus. Okay, still got all 4 lifelines. The next question is worth £4,000. You do lose 1,000 if you give me a wrong answer. Have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. The Ides of March, famously dramatised in the play Julius Caesar, began on which date? March 13th, March 15th, March 11th, March 17th.
You see, this is where having answer ordering could come in handy, because then you could get March 11th.
Put them in order, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I studied Romeo and Juliet, not Julius Caesar.
Ah, yes, likewise. I don't know, many people.
Yes,
Julius Caesar is a complicated play. It's
Yeah, I studied the other one, so I am going to have to ask the audience on this one.
Okay. Audience, even if you have already answered, because you're playing in the lobby, you can answer again. Even if you're not playing in the lobby, you can answer this question to be part of the poll if you would like, and you can answer to public chat or the bot. Either is fine. Here is the question. It's just a single letter, A, B, C, or D, not the whole answer. Here's the question. The Ides of March, famously dramatised in the play Julius Caesar, began on which date? March 13th, March 15th, March 11th, or March 17th? Answering to the chat, even if you've already answered A, B, C, or D, all vote now. Uh, 19% think March 13th. 78% think March 15th, 4% think March the 11th, nobody thought March 17th. This is based on a poll of 27 people.
Well, it's literally I've done for March 17th now, haven't I?
Is that your rank? That would be a bold move, certainly. 78%. It's quite high.
Yeah, let's go B final answer.
B, March 15th.
Yeah, March 15th.
I have to say, if you'd asked me, I wouldn't have had a clue on this, but the audience know what they're talking about. You've just won £4,000. Yes, I like to think of myself as a bit of a Shakespeare fan, but lots of the audience knowing that. Let's see how the lobby got on. Okay, an average answer is elected to walk away there. Connor and Cola tried and got it wrong, dropping that to £1,000. Shadowmane, Score Count, Lingo, and Jack Wilfred all still alive. Okay, you've still got 3 lifelines left. Ask the host, phone a friend, and 50-50. Next question, question number 8, gets you £8,000. Have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. The Banshee originates from which country's folklore? Ireland, the Netherlands, Africa, Japan.
I have an idea on this. Can I use my 50-50, please? Don't want to jinx it.
Yes, of course. Computer, please take away 2 random wrong answers. Leave random zombie just the right answer and the one remaining wrong answer. Sorry, the right answer and the one remaining wrong answer. Ireland or Japan?
I've heard of the Irish Banshee as a thing. So I'm thinking it's Ireland.
Okay. You want to play? I've got nothing on my screen. 2 lifelines left. You can still use.
Yeah,
you can walk away with £4,000 if you'd like.
Let's go for Ireland's final answer.
Intuition served you well. You've just won £8,000.
Yeah.
Yes, Dogfish commenting the country of Africa. It's maybe that was
yeah, that's a bit of an obvious one not to go for.
Absolutely, but sometimes the answers do that. Let's see how the lobby got on there. Jack Wilfred attempting and getting it wrong, dropping back to £1,000. Score Count and Lingo Maniac both walking away with £4,000. Shadowmane is obviously still alive, but of course it's his question stack, so one would expect Shadowmane to do rather well at this point. That's another reason actually I'm not keeping track of lobby players in the Hall of Fame. Random Zombie, as for yourself, you're up to £8,000. You're 2 away from that next big milestone of £32,000. You can still walk away at any point, but you have got 2 lifelines. You can phone a friend, you can ask the host. Question number 9 is worth £16,000. So of course you drop 7 if you give me a wrong answer. Have a look, let me know what you'd like to do. In the Hitman video game franchise, what is Agent 47's alias? Angelo Serafin, Tobias Riper, Damon Hunter, Louis Strong.
Hey, Score Count! I'm gonna need you. Phone a friend. Score Count.
You're going to phone a friend. You'd like to phone Score?
Yes.
Okay, we'll bring Score into the chat. He's a moderator in the server, so he should just be able to let himself in. Hopefully he'll be with us in just a second. Let me see if he's just going to come to the line. Score Count, good evening. Can you hear me? Are you on the line? Score Count, are you with us?
Hello.
Oh, your audio just glitched. I think
Yeah.
you might have just dropped a load of frames.
Me?
Just keep an eye. Yes. You just completely cut out for about 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's no good.
The line's a bit blurry. Hello.
Hello, Score Count. It's Royal Flush from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Good evening.
Oh, hello, Mr. Flush.
Hello, Mr. Flush. Hi. I've got a random zombie here. He's doing rather well. He's up to £8,000, but he needs your help to get up to £16,000. The next voice you'll hear will be Random Zombies. He'll tell you the question. There are still 4 possible answers. One of those is worth £16,000. All right?
Okay.
Fab. Right, Random Zombie. Lots of luck. You got 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
In the Hitman video game franchise, what is Agent 47's alias? Angelo Severin, Tobias Ripper, Damon Hunter, Louis Strong.
Ripper or Reaper?
R-I-P-E-R.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's Tobias Reaper. One of his favourite aliases. He uses a few, but that's the one he keeps coming back to. So, 100% Tobias Reaper.
Okay, how's your day been?
Lovely, thank you. A bit warm, but getting there.
It's good. Always nice when there's time for small talk at the end. Does that help out?
B, final answer. Obviously.
Yeah, so I am having some slight frame issues here. Probably because I've got so many windows open. Score Count has given you the right answer. You've just won £16,000. Fun fact, I used to, when I was back in high school, I had a student who had exactly one of those names that was down there. I'm not sure I should actually say which one it was, but a student with exactly one of those names, which I thought was rather amusing. Now, over in the lobby, Shadowmane is the only player left, and of course it's his stack, so we would expect him to be there. You are up to question 9. The next question, question 10, would guarantee you £32,000 if you give me a right answer. You've got 1 lifeline left in the shape of Ask the Host. You lose £15,000 if you give me a wrong answer. Have a look at question number 10 of a possible 15. In the 2018 movie Skyscraper, what is the name of the titular skyscraper? The Stairway, the Apex, the Rise, the Pearl.
Royal Flush, I need you.
You want to ask the host?
Final answer. Yeah.
Okay, here's what I think. This is not the question you wanted to use me on. I'm really sorry, I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't have a clue.
Any clue whatsoever? You haven't seen any trailers around?
Not even a trailer. No, my dog is screaming the answer at me, but I don't speak dog, unfortunately. So I've to be honest, I'd never even heard of the film until it came up in this question right now.
It was quite a big film.
Was it quite a big film?
Yeah, it had The Rock in it. I'm surprised you never heard of it.
Probably why I haven't seen it, to be honest. Could you get the dog up? This is being noisy. No, I'm really sorry, Random Zombie. I couldn't even guess on this one. And if you asked me to suggest an answer, it would be 100% a guess. And if you wanted a guess, if you wanted to have a guess that was just a guess and you didn't want to trust your own guessing, if I didn't have anything on the line, I would probably guess the Apex, but that is literally a guess. I haven't got a clue. I'm really sorry, and that's my final answer.
Yeah, no. I was thinking The Rise for some reason.
Maybe you can play if you like. You've got no lifelines left. You can walk away with 16,000. You lose 15 if you give me a wrong answer.
I don't want to give a wrong answer. I'm going to watch my final answer.
Just say one more time, because I just lost you for a moment there.
Walk away, final answer.
Okay, give Random Zombie a massive round of applause. He walks away, £16,000 to the good, going on to the leaderboard. Yeah, only easy if you know the answers, as they say. If you were going to take a punt, what would you have gone with?
The Rise?
You'd have gone with The Rise. Like I say, I don't get anything in my log because you've asked the host. So, computer, can you please reveal what the right answer would have been? The Pearl.
Oh, well.
How about that? What? My wife is telling me she guessed the Pearl, but unfortunately it's not her question stat, so she wasn't the one to ask. Random Zombie, a really good effort there. You go away with £16,000. I will add you to the leaderboard. Shadowmane, your question stack has been seen up to question number 10. So if you would like to resubmit that stack, rewriting the first 10 questions, then it can be reused in the future. Thank you very much for playing, and we imagine that Shadowmane is still alive and in the lobby. He is indeed. So, Random Zombie, thank you very much indeed, and I'm going to reset the game, so sit tight everybody, and I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. But for now, Random Zombie, £16,000. welcome back to the second part of tonight's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Before the break, we saw Random Zombie go away £16,000 to the good, defeated at question 10 by Shadowmane's question stack, and of course Shadowmane, we hope, will resubmit his question stack with a fresh opening 10 and the same closing 5. Of course, if you would like to write a question stack, if you would like to see your stack getting involved in the game, then of course you can download the app, which you can find pinned into the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire section of the Discord right there. Do go download the app. It exports a notepad file which just plugs into the game really nicely, so you can see if your questions can beat our players. So the next stack that we've got lined up for you is Cola Colas. So Cola Cola, your question stack is here, so you will be able to join the lobby, but your fastest finger won't be processed and you won't be able to come to the hot seat. A reminder that if you'd like to come into the hot seat, you will need a microphone. At the moment, my already played players, and I apologize if you're getting some lag. I'm getting some serious frame drops at the moment, which is just becoming apparent. I'm not entirely sure why. I've not got significantly more open than normal. Maybe my computer just needs a restart. Hasn't been off for a few days, possibly weeks. But my exclusion list, which is people who've already played, I'll just keep a manual exclusion list. It's the people who've played plus the question writer, if they're not already on there. It's currently 10, so that's 9 past players plus 1 question writer. Excuse me. At some point, I will reset that. I don't want to leave it, forevermore. That you're never going to get back into the. I will reset, and I think, as I mentioned earlier on, 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks seems like a good amount of time to do that. Depending how much, obviously, we're playing it. At the moment, we're playing it at least once a week, so it might be reset a bit sooner. But yeah, no lucky. Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you for confirming that. So yes, I've got 9 canonic players plus 1 question writer in the shape of Cola for this round. So Cola, like I say, you won't be able to get into the lobby. And if you want to come into the lobby, you need to make sure you've got a microphone and are in the Discord. But if you want to play in the next game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, whether in the lobby or the hot seat, you will need the lobby code, and you'll need to punch it into the chat right now. VLRJ is the code. I am just going to go and grab myself another drink, and then I will be right back. Okay, as usual, you've got until the end of the sting to come and join the lobby, and then I will lock the lobby, and we will pick our next player. T19, 20, 22 so far, which is quite nice. Even if you haven't got a microphone, do come and join the lobby, because you can still play along at home, even if you just have to not on fastest finger. Thanks, 23, 24, 25. Oh, not you, Panda. 26. Panda, of course, is the proofreader. Panda proofreads all the questions, and so for him to be in the game would be quite unjust. But it's nice to see you there playing along at home. If you can remember all the answers, I don't know. Maybe you may not be able to remember them all. I don't know if you've got an eidetic memory, but yeah, do come and join the lobby if you want to have a go at playing the game. At some point, I'm going to get someone to write a question stack, have someone else proof it, and then Panda can actually come and have a go at the game at some point. So we're up to 27, which is very nice. 27 with 45 viewers, which is lovely. Welcome, and especially warm welcome to returning friends and new friends as well, who we met on Saturday or in recent days. You're very, very welcome here. That is the end of the sting, so that is the lock of the lobby. And we welcome Clive of Legend, who for some reason is always first, Jack Wilfred, Danny Boy, Connor27, Applecast 12, Brig Bother, and Average Arceus, Samster, Midi Plays, Toad Boy, Car the 7th, Aspia Dog, Kazavez, The Juice Man 45, Egg Fried Cheese from Vale and Glamorgan, Drahuska, Dogfish 44, Anosep, Awesome Quintuple 9, Shadowmane PX 41, 8 Minky, Tanspar, Cetra 4271, Matt the Ref, Elias the Panda, Score Count, and Psy Guy Dave. The 27 of you are in the lobby, waiting to play fastest finger first for your chance to be next on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. it. I'm going to stop doing that every single time I get it right now. It's easy when there's, under 30. It's when it starts getting to like 50 odd, it starts getting challenging. Okay, so a reminder for fastest finger first. You're whispering to the bot as a single message, ABCD, DCB, AAC, DB, whatever you think the answer is, putting them into the right answer, whispering it as a single message, and make sure it is whispered and not put into public chat, because otherwise it won't be processed. Also, if you don't have a microphone and you have no intention of coming to join the hot seat, just leave this bit out and you can still play along in the lobby for fun. Nice and quiet in the audience, here comes the next question. Put these countries in order from northernmost to southernmost. Argentina, Peru, Mexico, Canada. And despite the American flavour to that, I have a feeling that was the fastest finger written by my wife. Should be reasonably straightforward, I think, starting with the most northern... click the screen button. Starting with the most northern, obviously you've got Canada. Coming down a little bit further, you've got Mexico. This might be the place where people slip up slightly. You've then got Peru, and then right down at the bottom of South America, you've got Argentina. DCBA was the correct answer. That was the right order. Let's find out who got it right and who got it right in the fastest time. All of these were right. Not everyone. Who was fastest? Jack Wilfred in 5.79 seconds. What a mate. Jack, Danny Boy, Brig, Aspie, and Dogfish getting that right. Danny Boy quite a way behind, nearly 3 seconds behind. Aspie a couple of seconds behind that, and then Dogfish, and then Brig. So Jack, it's time to play an actual official canon game that isn't a test game. This one will get you onto the leaderboard if you would like to come and join me in the stream room. Let me undeafen myself. Stream should still be playing. I see you there, Jack Wilfred. I think you're just being sound tested by Egg Fried Cheese. He will pop you into the room as and when he's decided you're right. You are deafened at the moment, though, I see. So I don't know if you're setting up a sound thing. Yeah, just turn your headphones onto my laptop and I'll jump in. Good man. Okay, he's undeafened. So looks like we might be about to get a Jack Wilfred. Egg, are you moving people or should I? There we go. Jack, good evening and welcome to the game.
Hello.
Hello. Second time winning fastest finger first, but first official canon game. So I felt slightly bad because all the way through this, we've been adding to the leaderboard and saying no one's got past the $250,000 question. Of course, you got all the way to the £1 million question on that test game. And then couldn't remember which king married Eleanor of Aquitaine.
Yeah.
That was Judith Keppel's question stack. But that was a non-official, non-canon version of the game. So now is your actual opportunity to get into the hot seat and add your name, chisel it onto the wall of fame or the hall of fame. Before we get going, if you would like to nominate your 3 phone of friends, people who are in voice chat or further afield, if you'd like to nominate 3. Hello? Jack, you're muted. You've gone mute.
Sorry about that.
Right, is everything okay?
Cat came in injured or something, and I had to go down and see if everything is okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. They're just sort of making noises.
Probably hungry. Cats do that.
Sorry
Don't they?
about that.
No problem. Yeah, if you'd like to nominate your 3 phone of friends.
Let me see the chat above. See who's on voice. Who wrote the question stack again? Sorry.
Cola. So you can't pick him, and you can't pick Elias.
I will pick Charlemagne, Dogfish, and Car 7th. Well, I can
Shadowmane,
recognise now.
Dogfish, and Car 7th. Okay, please be on standby in case you are needed as a phone a friend option. And Jack, of course, you know as well, I need you to confirm that it is just you, me, and the computer. There's no Google, no phones, no earpieces whispering the answers to you. It is just me and your brain.
Yes.
Or rather,
Yes, definitely.
Cola's questions versus your brain. Fantastic. Right, you know the drill by now. You've got 15, you're 15 questions away from a virtual £1 million. You've got 4 brand new lifelines. You can 50-50. You can phone one of your nominated friends. You can ask the Twitch audience, and you can, of course, ask the host if you're so inclined. I think that's about it, wasn't it? Oh yes, lobby. If you're playing along at home, remember, whispering to the bot, just a single letter. As soon as the question comes up in chat, the question is live. You have 15 seconds to answer. Otherwise, you'll be walked away. If you don't know, leave it blank and you'll walk away. Jack, you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? Okay, lobby, get yourselves ready. The first question is about to come up. And Jack, here is question number 1. It's worth £100. What is the name of Yogi Bear's sidekick? Lulu. Poo-poo. Boo-boo. Moo-moo.
Oh dear. I have no idea.
Okay, that's the first time that's happened. You've got 4 lifelines if you want to use them. We're going to get up to question 2, or you could take a punt. No one's ever lost on the first question. That would be good. Losing on question 15 and losing on question 1. You could be like poetry.
I think best thing to do would be to use the audience because because I don't think I have an American on my friend list.
Okay. So you want me to ask the
audience? I'm not certain I've got one. Yes.
Okay, audience. Early question, but one that we need your help with. Remember, even if you've already answered because you're playing in the lobby, you must answer again to be counted as part of this survey, and you can answer either to the chat or to the bot. Here is the question. What is the name of Yogi Bear's sidekick? Lulu is A, Poo-poo is B, Boo-boo is C, Moo-moo is D. It's worth £100. A, B, C or D. All vote now. And remember, you can vote in this survey even if you're not playing in the lobby, if you are so inclined. Okay, that's fairly. This is based on an audience poll of 30 people. 7% think A, Lulu. 3% think it's B, Poo-poo. 83% think it's C, Boo-boo. 7% think D, Moo-moo. I mean, it's quite a convincing majority. Yeah. But it's up to you. What do you want to do?
That's generally what I would have gone for. But it's a case of I don't know what Americans would have said, and with it being a quite American thing, I wasn't sure. So I'll say Boo-boo, final answer.
It's the right answer. You got £100. We got there. Hey, that's what the lifelines are for. They're only easy if you know the answer. That's what we say. Let's see how the lobby fared with that one. Not everyone getting it right. Apple Cars, an awesome quintuple 9 getting that one wrong. An average Arceus, Aspia Dog, Matt the Ref, and Elias the Panda walking away. Okay, you've got £100. Let's go on to question 2. It's worth £200. What is the common name for the chemical with the formula NaCl? Salt. Borax. Baking powder. Vinegar.
Na-sodium Cl is chlorine, so that would be salt. Final answer.
It's the right answer. You just got £200. Okay. So far, so good. Let's have a look how the lobby fared with that one. Again, a few people getting that one wrong. Danny Boy, Brig Bother, Kaz getting that one wrong, dropping back to 0. Connor walking away, and Saigo Dave walking away with £100 each. Everyone else is still alive. Have a look at question number 3. It's worth £300. What nickname did Captain Kirk use for Leonard McCoy in the original Star Trek series? Quack. Shrink. Bones. Shaman.
Bloody hell.
What are you thinking?
I was at the chat again. Left at this one. I was expecting Scotty to come up, and that's what I that's what I wanted. Do I know this? It's a case of them thinking who will know this. I'm going to ask you.
You want to ask me?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I think. I'm a big fan of Star Trek Voyager. I've never seen the original Star Trek series. However, I happen to know the answer to this one, mainly because my dad has seen the original Star Trek series, and in our family quizzes we've been doing on Friday night, this seems to have been coming up quite a lot. And I am fairly sure the answer is C, Bones.
Right.
That's what my dad would say. I'm pretty sure Bones was the name for the Doctor, maybe. And it's early enough in the game that I'm thinking there wouldn't be another character who was called Bones and Leonard McCoy's character was called something else. So based on that, I would say the answer is Bones. I'm fairly sure. I can't say it with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty confident the answer is C, Bones. And that's my final answer.
Well, it's interesting that the other three answers are sort of relating to doctors in some way. So
Yes.
I'll go with you. I'll say Bones. Final answer.
Okay, because you've asked me, I don't get anything in the log. Computer, can you please reveal what the correct answer is to question number 3? It is Bones. That's a relief. Okay, you're up to £300. The next question is worth £500. See how the lobby's getting on. More misery in the lobby. This is proving to be a particularly challenging question stack. To be fair, I didn't know that when I loaded it up, but I wasn't sure it was quite as difficult as this. I knew Panda gives them a rating, and he gave this one an 8. Yeah. Toadboy, Juice Man, Shadowmane, and 8 Minky all getting that one wrong and dropping that down to 0. Drahuska, Dogfish, Tanspar, and Centra all walking away with £200. Have a look at the next question. It's worth £500. From what meat is a cottage pie most commonly made? Venison, lamb, beef, pork.
Oh god. I've got to think carefully now about the ready meals that I've had.
Not home cooked meals, the ready meals.
From my memory, from what I can think of, I think a shepherd's pie is beef. A Cumberland pie is beef. Is that correct? I'm trying to think. Have I ever eaten a shepherd's pie?
I've eaten a shepherd's pie. I've eaten many shepherd's pies. I don't know if you have. It's up to you. You've got 2 lifelines left. You can phone a friend. You 50-50. It's worth £500.
We will save the phone a friend 50-50 and hope that one of them goes.
So, sorry, what are you going to do?
50-50. Final
I'll do
answer.
50-50, okay. Okay, computer, take away 2 random wrong answers, please. Leave Jack just the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer.
Oh, for God's sake!
Not having a great run of luck here. Lamb or beef? B or C? This is the 3rd
What
time
is
the loop
in-
has restarted for the first 5 questions.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, shepherd's pie, cottage pie. Cumberland pie is absolutely beef. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. That
Unfortunately,
of the ready
that's
meals.
not what the question is, though.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that of the ready meals is my favourite.
Yeah, I do like a Cumberland pie. I haven't had one for a long time. I had them a lot as a kid. Not so much in my elder years, but maybe you can walk away. You can phone a friend, or you can pick B or C. Takes as much time as you need. And what meat is a cottage pie most commonly made? Lamb or beef?
Let's. Oh god. I'm gonna throw dogfish because I believe dogfish is British.
Okay, we'll see if we can get Dogfish up on the line. If we can bring Dogfish down into the chat, that would be grand. Hello, Dogfish. Are you on the line?
Hello.
Hello, Dogfish. It's Royal Flush from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Brother.
Hello. I've got Jack here. He's having a little bit of difficulty on this question. There are only two possible answers left. In a minute, the next voice you'll hear will be Jack's. He'll read you the question and the two possible answers. One of those is going to be worth £500 to him. All right?
Okie dokie.
Okay, Jack. Lots of luck. Your time starts now.
Dogfish. From what meat is a cottage pie most commonly made? Lamb or beef?
So cottage. Well, I can say a shepherd's pie. Shepherd sheep, don't they? So I think shepherd is lamb. I think from that cottage is beef. It's not a 100% guess. I'm pretty sure cottage is beef.
That's what I've been going towards. Thank God when you answered it wasn't an American accent. Yeah, thank you.
Does that help?
Yeah, that was what I was going towards. I think I'd said at the very start of the question that I think a cottage pie was lamb, and my mind had started to change, but I didn't want to say it. So Dogfish just said he thought a shepherd's pie was lamb, so I'm going to go beef.
Final answer?
Might as well. Final answer.
It's the right answer. You got £500.
Oh, thank God.
We got there. £500. Okay, this is the last point where you could go away with nothing. The next question guarantees you £1,000 if you give me a correct answer. You've got no lifelines left, but have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. In George Orwell's Animal Farm, what type of animal is Boxer? Pig. Goat. Dog. Horse. You read it?
No.
Ah.
It's between pig or dog. The pigs are the bad guys in Animal Farm. But I believe the pigs have, I could be wrong here, bodyguards that are dogs. Or something. I may as well go with my instinct. It's tough, but I'm gonna have to go with it. Yeah. I think Boxer is a dog.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Jack, I'm really sorry, it's not.
Oh dear.
The answer's
Oh, a horse!
Horse, yes, Boxer the horse. The pigs were Napoleon and Snowball. The dog was called... I can't remember what the dog was called. There wasn't a goat in George Orwell's Animal Farm, but yes, there was Boxer and Clover who were the horses, and Boxer was the I must try harder horse. That was a really tough question stack, but unfortunately that's the way it goes sometimes. I will report back on future question stacks and offer feedback accordingly to the question writers. But on this occasion, Jack, I'm afraid you go away with nothing. But hey,
thank you very much anyway.
Be a first time for everything. Losing at the £1 million question and going back to nothing. There's something poetic about that, is there not? My wife just said to me, if I keep saying it, you might start believing me. Maybe.
Well, thank you anyway.
A pleasure. Thank you very much. Bad luck. No prize on this occasion, but I'm sure we'll see you another time. Jack Wilfred, everybody. Which button do I press? That one? That one. Right, I'm going to reset the game, and I will be back in a few short minutes. Back to the third part of tonight's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Just before the break, Jack Wilfred struggled up to the £1,000 question and then was beaten by a question on George Orwell's Animal Farm, leaving with nothing. Sadly, the first player to do so, but there had to be a first, and Jack is now officially on the leaderboard, having had 2 attempts at it, one in a non-canon game, and then in his canon game he gets 0 on the leaderboard. So we've had a little bit of a chat about it, just in the green room after that event there, and I have said to Jack that I'm adding his name to the exclusion list for the rest of this evening, but I am going to open the lobby back up to him in future streams before the full reset of the list, because in my opinion those questions were too difficult, which is fine. We are still in early days of this, and I am very grateful to everyone who does write questions for this, including Cola Cola, who, if you would like to resubmit your stat, Cola Cola, you can do so, and we need to see, 5 questions from question 5 down. I do think they were too difficult, personally, for the opening 5 questions, and we'll keep an eye on that as we move forward through this to just try and tailor the difficulty, because they are only easy if you know the answer. And Jack is being very, very stoic about it. He said there would just happen to be pop culture questions that didn't line up with him, but it's I really, what am I trying to say? It's yeah. I thought they were too difficult, and this is coming. I happen to know the answers to all 5 of those, and I thought they were too difficult. So just something to bear in mind. And there's definitely a knack to writing questions in gradient difficulty. For example, when I wrote my stack, I put the £1 million question ended up being an £8,000 question. When Panda pointed out to me, loads of people know that's not a £1 million question. So, there is some give and take here. So what I'm trying to say is I'm very grateful to people for writing question stacks, and we will continue to moderate this difficulty. And based on that, the fact that I felt that was too hard, I am going to give Jack Wilfred another go in a later stream. I'm going to take his name off the exclusion list, but not tonight. So hopefully that is fair. And people aren't too upset about that. For now, though, we are going to go on to a question stack, another question stack written by my dear wife, Mrs. Flush. It's a second question stack that she's had last time Mrs. Flush's question stack appeared. It was, I believe, against Car the Seventh, and Car the Seventh got the £250,000 question wrong. So it will be interesting to see how this stack compares to that previous one. And if you would like to have a go at answering Mrs. Flush's question stack, make sure you've got a microphone, come into the lobby and win fastest finger. To come into the lobby, you need to type this code to Persephone's Twitch spot or to the public chat, FOLO, F-O-L-O. Oh, Clive, you're not in first this time, mate. Bad luck. F-O-L-O. Type it in the chat or whisper it to the bot, though remember you do need to whisper to the bot for general play and for fastest finger. Once again, I'm just going to go and top up my glass, and I will be right back. For what it's worth, I'm not drinking an entire large glass of wine in between every question stack, but I'm drinking about a third to half of it, and it gets to the point where I feel that is not going to last the rest of the next question stack, so I go and refill it. That's what's going on there. I'm going to readjust my headband. Hang on.
You may as well just fill up your glass at that point, then.
That'll do. Okay, so again, I'll give you till the end of the loop to join the lobby. I think we'll probably play a 4th game tonight. It looks like we're going to have to, unless this game goes on for an inordinately long time, I think we'll probably play a 4th game. So we'll have one more game after this, give you a chance to come and win a virtual million. But for now, we've got 7, 8, 9, 30 people in the lobby, which is very gratifying. And again, I'll give you till the end of the loop to come and join, which gives you another 10 or 15 seconds. As Matt's saying, we've had our £0 winner, now time to get a millionaire. Maybe. It could be one of you. It could be one of our friends in the lobby right now. Let's lock the lobby up and find out who we have got fighting out in fastest finger. We have got Connor M27, Clive of Legend, and Average Arceus Aspia Dog, Egg Fried Cheese from Vale of Glamorgan. You're much higher than you normally are, Egg. Cetra, Lingomaniac, Matt the Ref from Farnham, Drahuska, Jack Wilfred, Kazvez, Saigai Dave, Danny Boy, Scooter Dust, Tipster, Car the 7th, Cola Cola, Shadowmane, Awesome Quintuple 9, Raw Justice, Tanspar, Brig Bother, Toad Boy, Midi Plays, Score Count, Samster, 8 Minky, Apple Cars, Random Zombie 78, and Dogfish 44. You are all in line to be playing for a virtual £1 million. Okay, you know the drill. Fastest finger first. Whisper your answer to the bot, unless you have no microphone and no intention of doing hot seat play, in which case you can just ignore this bit. Whisper your answer to the bot as a single message, A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A, whatever you think the answer is. Not to the public chat, otherwise it won't be processed, and it may not be processed either if you have already been in the hot seat. Nice and quiet in the audience as we let them concentrate. Eyes down. Get ready for the next question. As soon as it's live in the chat, you can whisper it to the bot. Don't wait for the screen, it might be late. Here comes the next question. Starting with the least cooked, put these steak preparations in order. Well done. Medium rare. Blue, rare. Okay, there's an unofficial guide I like to call this. This is what I would know quite well. I do like a good steak. So the least cooked is blue. That's still mooing. That's like done. Still mooing. Next is the correct answer, which is rare, which is about a minute either side. That's how I do my steaks. Medium rare is how I used to have my steaks, which is about how Megs has them. That's about 2.5 to 3 minutes on each side. And then the last one, well done, is pulling your trousers down to have a wee at a urinal sort of levels of mentality for a well done steak. I can't say that, it just ruins it. There's nothing left. I want it to be juicy. So CDBA, sorry, I'll pass on my politics of steaks. No offense to anyone who does like a well done steak. That's the right order. Let's find out who got it right and who got it right in the fastest time. All of these were right. Quite a few people. Who was fastest? Egg fried cheese in 4.38 seconds.
Yeah.
A fellow steak lover.
Oh, I like mine rare to medium. It's more so on the rare to medium.
That's not well done.
Oh no. Hell no.
A fun story my mum tells of a time when she went with her grandma, my great grandma, to a restaurant, and they said, "How do you want your steak done?" And she said, and this is still quoted in our family to this day, I like my steak. She was Irish. I can't really do an Irish accent, but she said, "I like my steak just nice." Just nice, whatever that means. So, that was Nanny Connell liked her steaks just nice. God rest her. So yes, egg fried cheese, you are fastest, and next into the chair. You're going to be facing up against Mrs. Flush's question stack. You've been quite a few people there. Lingo Maniac was just behind on 4.98. Danny Boy not a million miles behind on 5.45. So keep an eye on it, guys, because it could be you next time. Before we get going, Egg, can you nominate 3 phone a friends for me, please?
Matt, Score, and Toadboy, please.
Matt, Score, and Toadboy, please be on standby in case we need to bring you in to be a phone a friend. And can you confirm for me, Egg, that it is indeed just you being the computer, your brain versus Mrs. Flush's brain? No Google, no earpieces, of course. Lovely stuff. Right. In which case, you know the drill by now. You are now 50. Megs is here. She's very excited to see how her stack plays out.
It's the match
Hi, Megs.
waiting for. Egg versus Meg.
Egg versus Egg versus Meg.
This is the problem I have, is that I know how tricky some of Meg's questions can be, so this is going to be interesting, to say the least. And she's going to be happy when she eliminates me eventually, hopefully.
Well, if you get stuck along the way, you have, of course, got 4 lifelines to help you out. You can 50-50, you can phone one of your nominated friends, you can ask the Twitch audience, or, of course, you can ask me. And as usual, with Megs having written this stack, we've done the thing where she has asked me the questions up until I am not 100% sure of the answer. After that, I have not seen anything. And I haven't done any private search. So as you, I am seeing the questions pretty much for the first time. And I either know the answer or I don't know the question. Are you ready to play?
Fun. Yes, I never thought I'd ever be in this position at this point, as you know. It's like I'm never quick enough. And it's like, oh!
You got there today. Let's play. Who wants to be a millionaire? Okay, lobby players, you know how this goes. As soon as the question comes up in the chat, the question is live. It could be from any time now because I'm going to press the spacebar, which starts the question in a minute. Whisper it to the bot, A, B, C, or D, just the letter, and whisper it. Don't type it in public chat because otherwise it won't be processed. Egg, here we go. First question, it's worth £100. Which one of these is not a type of big cat? Wolf, tiger, lion, cheetah.
Oh, how fun that we played a game with Toadboy the other night, which was the Wolf Pack, or whatever he wanted to call it, whatever his deciding game was. Tiger, cheetah, lion, or obviously big cats. I'm going to lock in a wolf.
It's the right answer, you got £100. Yes, I'd like to think that without that game the other night, you probably would have still known the answer to that question.
Yeah. But
Possibly.
it's just the fact that we played the game of Wolf.
Samster walking away there with 0. I'm assuming he's either AFK rather than just not wanting to gamble on a question where he had nothing to lose. Everyone else getting that right. Question number 2 is worth £200. In a standard game of chess, which playing piece is spelled incorrectly, is the most numerous? Sorry, my wife is standing here. I shouldn't have said that. I.e., darling. Pawn. Knight. Queen. Bishop.
So, there are 2 queens, there are 4 bishops, there are 4 knights, and 16 pawns. So on that basis, I'm going to lock in a pawn final answer, please.
Right answer, you got £200. Egg, I'm just going to bump your volume ever so slightly because
I can adjust my microphone.
Yeah, just give me a little bit more because I'm just losing the tail end of what you're saying slightly. Good, so far so good. Let's pop into the lobby. An average artist is walking away there.
Better.
That's a little better, yeah. An average artist is walking away with £100 there. Everyone else is still alive. Question 3 is worth £300. According to the supercomputer Deep Thought from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? A galactic gargle blaster. 42. A towel. Marvin.
Megs, you missed a trick. You should have put calzone.
Apparently you should have put calzone. That's a running gag we have.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It is 42.
That is the correct answer. You've got £300. Yeah, it's a little bit of pop culture creeping in there, but I think that's a fairly common piece of pop culture. Connor getting that one wrong, and Aspie walking away with £200 there. Everyone else who was alive is still alive. Question number 4 is worth £500. Which author wrote the novel of Mice and Men? Henry Miller, Ernest Hemingway, Anthony Burgess, John Steinbeck.
That would be John Steinbeck. The final answer, please.
It's the right answer. You got £500. I've never read the book, but I know many people have. My wife's you're a big John Steinbeck fan, aren't you, babe? Let's check in with the lobby. Whoa, a few people getting that one wrong. Cetra and Matt and Orson Quintop 9 and Midi Plays and Apple Cards all getting that wrong. You drop that down to 0, I'm afraid. Jahuska and Kazvez electing to walk away from that one with £300. Right, Egg, this is the last point where you could go away with nothing. I'm sure you won't, but we have seen it happen. Have a look, let me know what you'd like to do. It's worth a guaranteed £1,000. What is the most commonly spoken language in the world? Spanish. Hindustani, English, Mandarin.
Ooh. I immediately thought before the question came up that it would be Chinese. So see the amount of people that currently live in China. I knew English was going to come up. I don't think it's A or B.
You want to do your play? You've got 4 lifelines.
Yeah, I am going to play, and I'm going to play D Mandarin because I'm sure that's a form of Chinese.
Final answer?
And I'm going to lock that in. Final answer, please.
You've just won £1,000. Well played. Yes, little bit of a curveball. Matt saying apparently you've been nicking his questions for perfect timing, which is
on Friday.
Meg said that's not her fault. You need to stop copying her. Perfect timing, of course, is airing for the first time this coming Friday, and I will do full announcements for stuff after the next ad break. So, Egg, so far so good. You've not had to touch your lifelines yet. You're up to a guaranteed £1,000. Over in the lobby, a few people falling into the language trap there. Sargo Dave, Danny Boy, Scooter, Car the 7th, Shadowmane, Toadboy, and Random Zombie all getting that one wrong, dropping back down to 0 and leaving with nothing. Everybody else who was in is still in. So, Egg, you might as well play this next question. You've got nothing to lose, and you've still got all 4 lifelines. Have a look. Question number 6. It's worth £2,000. Who has both performed the title song for and starred in the same Bond film? Shirley Bassey, Tina Turner, Madonna, Billie Eilish.
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is a good question. Do you know the answer?
I'm a relatively good Bond fan, so I like my Bond films. But the problem is I can't think out of all of those who would have actually starred in Bond film. I can't remember who did.
All 4 lifelines are still in play. You can use them if you need to. But take as long as you need. Who has both performed the title song for and starred in the same Bond film? Shirley Bassey, Tina Turner, Madonna, Billie Eilish.
For some reason, I don't think it was the early ones. I don't think Shirley Bassey and Tina Turner starred in them. Then again, I don't even know which Bond film. I don't know whether it's the latest one or what. Which one? If Billie Eilish even did a title song for Bond, I can't remember. I wonder if you would know. I am going to ask the host. I'm going to ask you, Ben.
Okay, here's what I think. I love it when this happens. So Shirley Bassey sang Goldfinger, and she sang Moonraker, and she sang Diamonds Are Forever, and wasn't in any of them. Tina Turner sang, I want to say it was one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. If you are even suggesting whispering answers to me, Mrs. Flush, go away from me right now, because the integrity of the game is more important. It was one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. It might have been GoldenEye, it might have been Die Another Day. No. It was World Is Not Enough. One of those. Billie Eilish is doing the song for the upcoming one, but doesn't have a cameo. Madonna sang Die Another Day, and she was in the fencing scene, the one where we first meet Gustav Graves, and Pierce Brosnan has the sword fight with him. She's the one doing the fencing coaching at the beginning. So I'm 100% certain about this. It's C. Madonna. It was Die Another Day, and I think it was 2002.
Something like that is, yeah.
But yeah, that's my final answer. C. Madonna.
Well, I'm very, very confident based on your answer, Ben. And as I say, I didn't think it was the early ones. I didn't think it was Shirley Bassey and Tina Turner. And the worry I had was if 50-50 would have given me Madonna and Billie Eilish, I wouldn't have known. So, yeah, I'm going to lock in C. Madonna. Final answer, please.
Okay, because I've helped you out, I can just press the spacebar in relative ease and comfort. Computer, can you please reveal the correct answer? It was indeed C. Madonna. Yes, indeed, it was in Die Another Day, the fencing scene right there. Let's see how the lobby got on. Oh, let me reselect the window.
I'll have to go back and have a look at that scene again.
Yeah, it's good. It wasn't rated well at the time, but I quite enjoyed Die Another Day. Clive of Legend getting that wrong, along with Cola, Tanspar, Brick, Bother, 8 Minky, and Dogfish, all going away with £1,000. Still alive, Score Count, Raw Justice, Tipster, Jack Wilford, and Lingo Maniac. As for yourself, Egg, you are up to £2,000. You've still got 3 lifelines intact. The classic lifelines, 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience. Question number 7 is worth £4,000, so you start to lose a lot of money now if you give me a wrong answer. But have a look. Question number 7, let me know what you'd like to do. Which of these occupations requires the signing of the Hippocratic Oath? Doctor, lawyer, teacher, priest.
Oh. Isn't the Hippocratic Oath something to do with medicine?
I'm afraid you've already used that lifeline. I can't say anything, and I've got nothing on my screen.
Because we had a question in Tipster's quiz about the Hippocratic Oath, and we put the Hippocratic Oath as the answer, and they wanted the Greek physician, which was obviously Hippocrates. Which he's obviously more medicine-based. Obviously, that was the question that me and Danny both discussed at the time. We lost a point for it because we didn't put the right answer, but we got the right meaning for it. So, out of those, the only medical profession that is there is going to be doctor. So I am fairly confident that it's going to be Doctor. So I am going to lock in a final answer.
The right answer, you've just won £4,000. Yes, as you say, going back to the early Doctor Hippocrates, if you'd asked me on that one, I would have been stumped between doctor or lawyer, to be honest. So you've used your host lifeline in the right place there. Over in the lobby, everyone still in is getting that one right. Lingo, Jack Wilfred, Tipster, Raw Justice, and Score Count. The 5 of you are still going and equal to Egg's £4,000. Egg, you have still got your 3 lifelines, 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience. Question number 8 is worth £8,000. The drop starts to become a little sharp at this point. You lose 3,000 if you give me a wrong answer. Have a look. Let me know what you'd like to do. Where did James Cook first land when he discovered Australia? Botany Bay, Perth, Gold Coast, Wellington.
I had an inkling before the answers came up
Which was?
that it was Botany Bay.
Have the other answers helped or obfuscated that?
They've obfuscated it. They're basically making me doubt. It's not so much as it could be that, It's going. I thought of Botany Bay before the answers came up, and then sort of Gold Coast came up, and I'm thinking, was it Bay or Coast? And that's what's throwing me a little bit now. You know, more so for that. So I don't think it was Perth or Wellington.
You got 3 lifelines. Of course, you can 50-50, phone one of the friends. You can ask the Twitch audience. It's worth £8,000. You can walk away, if you like, with £4,000. Where did James Cook first land when he discovered Australia? Botany Bay, Perth, the Gold Coast, Wellington.
Guarantee 50-50 is going to screw me over. Is the problem. I think it's going to give me A and C, but I am going to use my 50-50 on this question, please.
Okay, computer, please take away 2 random wrong answers. Leave Egg just the right answer and the 1 remaining wrong answer.
You son of a...
You called it. Well, the RNG legend strikes again. Botany Bay or the Gold Coast. It is random. It is 50-50 is random. I can show you the code if you don't believe me, but it is truly random.
Do I trust myself? I'm only going to be here once, and I want to save my phone a friend more so if I get a really sort of obscure video game or sports question more than anything else, because I've got the 2 people that can really help on that.
You're going to play?
And yeah, I'm going to play, and I'm going to go with my original gut, which I wish I'd have done before using the 50-50. I'm going to go Botany Bay, final answer.
You just won £8,000. But it just shows you the effect of this game, doesn't it? You think, I know this answer in my head before I get any options, and then they come up and you end up using a lifeline which leaves you with the exact 2 options that you weren't sure about when it came up after you called it, but I promise you it is truly random. Over in the lobby, Tipster, my friend, getting that one wrong, dropping back down to £1,000, and Lingomaniac electing to walk away with 4,000. Jack, Wilfred, Raw Justice, and Score Count all still alive. As for yourself, Egg, you have got Phone a Friend, and you have got Ask the Audience left. You're 2 away from the next big milestone of £32,000. The next question is worth £16,000 if you give me a correct answer. You also drop 7 if it's wrong. Have a look at question number 9 of a possible 15. Which of these is not a volcano? Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Elbrus, Mount Fuji, Mount Olympus.
Right. Well, I can rule out Kilimanjaro because I know that's definitely a volcano. I'm almost certain that based on Ash's trip over to Japan, I'm sure he said that Mount Fuji was also a volcano. So I don't think it's A and C. So it's between B and D. This is where the 50-50 would come in really useful, and then it would still give me B and D anyway.
Well,
So it's
why
like...
don't we pretend we've used the 50-50? You hadn't used it last time, you used it this time, and it left you with B and D. That could be a fun game. B and D. What are you warming towards either of them in particular? You have got 2 lifelines. You can phone a friend. You can ask the audience.
I'm swaying more towards a particular answer here. Apart from the fact that obviously I've ruled out A and C, and I think it's between B and D. I'm not going to give any more info than that. I'm going to ask the audience, please.
Okay, audience, remember, even if you have already played because you're in the lobby, you can answer this survey again, and you can answer it either to the bot or to the public chat, and just the single letter is what I need. Here is the question. Let's get Egg up to £16,000. Which of these is not a volcano? A is Mount Kilimanjaro, B is Mount Elbrus, C is Mount Fuji, D is Mount Olympus. It's worth £16,000. A, B, C or D, all vote now. Uh, 14% think Mount Kilimanjaro is not a volcano. 25% think Mount Elbrus is not a volcano. 14% also think Mount Fuji is not a volcano. 46% think Mount Olympus is not a volcano.
Very close.
That is, it's far from conclusive, and that is based on a survey of 28 people.
Okay, so we're
far
talking
from conclusive.
13 of them have gone D.
Yes. Does that help?
Out of the 2 options, I was kind of hedging my bets more towards Mount Olympus rather than Elbrus. I don't know why, but I was under the impression that it was more than likely D rather than B. I'm going... Is this for 32 or for 16?
This is for 16.
For crying out loud. Okay. I am going to play.
Okay.
And I'm going to play Mount Olympus. Final answer.
46%. It's far from conclusive. But it is the right answer. You've just won £16,000. Well played. And the question writer is sat right here. She's right here, aren't you, babe?
Hi, Megs.
Trying her hardest not to whisper the answers to me on the James Bond question.
I'm being very, very good. I was actually just going to help him out with which one Tina Turner wrote,
Oh,
not the answer.
Which one did Tina Turner sing?
GoldenEye.
It was GoldenEye.
It was GoldenEye.
Let's have a peep in the lobby. Jack Wilfred and Raw Justice both getting that one wrong, attempting and getting it wrong, dropping to £1,000. The only lobby player left is one of your phone a friend's score count, who has clearly known all the answers up to this point. Will he know the next one? It remains to be seen. As for you, my friend, you are one question away from that next big milestone of £32,000. We'll guarantee you £32,000. You have still got to phone a friend. Use it if you need to. That is what it's there for. Have a look at question number 10 of a possible 15.
Obligatory sports questioning coming. It is.
What is the name of the martial art that originated in Korea? Jiu-jitsu, kung fu, karate, taekwondo.
So,
Or taekwondo.
Oddly enough, we played a game with Toadboy last night with Ash and things like that. And there was a question about martial arts that came up in the game. And we discussed this, and I'm gonna kick myself if I'm wrong, but we actually discussed this martial art on the basis that it wasn't the answer to the question, but we were talking about why it was incorrect. Which, the answer, if memory serves, was Taekwondo, which originated in Korea. So, because I'm confident of knowing that we discussed this literally last night, I am going to lock in D, Taekwondo, final answer.
Let the screen then. Memories of last night. It was a long time ago.
And if I'm wrong, yeah, Ash is getting a slap.
You're not wrong. You've just won £32,000. Taekwondo. It was Taekwondo despite the typo. Yes, the only reason I know that is because, and I imagine the only reason Megs knows that is because Dylan does Taekwondo. And he has to learn certain things for gradings and stuff. Yes, originated in Korea. Over in the lobby, Scorecount is still alive and kicking. The only player left now guaranteed £32,000. Everybody else has gone before us. You've still got your phone a friend left. At this point, you are guaranteed to leave with £32,000. Have a look at the next question, question 11. You might as well play it because there's nothing to lose on this one. But it's worth £64,000. Who wrote the soundtrack for the 2010 Disney film Tron Legacy? Pendulum, Eric Prydz, Daft Punk, Chemical Brothers.
Oh. I don't know the answer, but for some reason, when Daft Punk came up, it caused a bit of a niggly feeling in the back of my head. Now, I have seen the film. Problem is, I don't know who wrote the soundtrack. So at this point, my aim was to get to 32,000. Whatever happened, that was the plan of getting to 32,000.
Yeah, that's now guaranteed. So
I may as well take a punt at this, and even if it means that I get it wrong, so be it. At least I'll leave with 32.
You have still got a phone friend if you would like to phone someone for some confirmation.
I would much rather try and keep that for a later question if I am right in my hunch. So, on the basis of me wanting to save my phone a friend, and I've got that niggly feeling that I think it's C, I am going to lock in C, Daft Punk final answer.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk final answer.
Because you mentioned the Chemical Brothers earlier on, so I just wanted to double check what you were saying. I'm glad you've gone for C, Daft Punk. It's just won you £64,000.
Yes.
Good intuition. And I can say the only player in the lobby still alive, Scorecount, also knew the answer was C, Daft Punk. Well played. You're at £64,000, so now the drops become really rather dramatic. If you play the next question and get it wrong, you lose 32,000. You drop back down to 32. However, if you give me a right answer, you win £125,000. It's only been done 3 times before on this show. Twice before someone walked away, and once it's been surpassed. You have still got to phone a friend. Have a look at question 12 of a possible 15. Which of these Hollywood starlets suffered from a stutter? Audrey Hepburn, Ursula Andress, Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe.
I was a little bit panicky then before the answers came up because I had an inkling, and you know the feeling when it's like, I think I know this, and then the answer doesn't come up, it doesn't come up, it doesn't come up, and you're like, oh, there it is. So
based on that,
based on that, I'm 99% sure that this is Marilyn Monroe. So
Do you wanna
I
play?
am going to play, and I'm going to lock in the Marilyn Monroe final answer.
It's the right answer. You just won £125,000. Whoa, nice.
I'm glad I'm confident in a question this high.
Yeah. And score count also confident getting that one right. He is one of your phone of friends, I believe, along with
He is?
Matt the Ref and Toad Boy, I think you said.
Come on, Score.
So
Let's get all the way to 1 million together.
of
Come
course,
on.
I get a log of whoever gets it wrong or walks away. So I will, if you elect to call score count, this is the one thing I will know before you call him whether he's got it right or wrong. Of course, I won't say because, integrity. But Egg Fried Cheese, you are up to £125,000. Only 3 other players have reached this height, and 2 have reached this height, and 1 has surpassed. The next question is worth $250,000. If you answer it and get it right, it would tie you at the top of the leaderboard, along with, I think it was Keshi Head on the Saturday stream. Reached this point. You have still got to phone a friend, but it will cost you £93,000 if you play and you give me a wrong answer. Have a look at question 13 of a possible 15. Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood, was first published in which year? 1975, 1985, 1980, 1990.
Now then. I know the book. I have not read it. I have heard of it. And I know it was released in the 80s at some point. So, based on that, I would rule out 75 and 90. But I don't know between the other answers. I'm sure it was I'm sure it's an 80s book. But I don't know what year.
You've got to phone a friend if you wanted to play that. You can walk away. No one would blame you for walking away with £125,000. You lose 93 if you're wrong.
I'm gonna have to use my phone a friend on this one because I am not confident in the slightest.
Okay. Who would you like to phone?
So, Toad Boy. Well, I know Danny in himself is not good at literature, but the question is, I'm not too sure what Toad Boy's knowledge is on literature. Nothing against Matt. I don't think Matt would know this. Question is whether Score would know this.
Who are your phone of friends? I thought you only had 3.
Score, Toad Boy, and Matt.
Score, Toad Boy, and Matt. Sorry, you mentioned Danny.
When we were playing Toad Boy's games, doing literature.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Okay.
So I know that obviously, if I had Danny, because I was considering picking Danny, I know he would have been useless because his literature knowledge is absolutely horrendous.
No offense, Danny. I'm sure.
No offense. Yeah. I am going to plump for Toad Boy.
Toad Boy. Do you want me to tell him how much money's involved?
Yes.
Okay. We'll give him a call and you can tell him the question and the 4 possible answers. You'll have 30 seconds. Toad Boy, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Hello, it's Royal Flush from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
Very good. I've got Egg Fried Cheese here. He's doing rather well. He's got up to £125,000, but he needs your help with this next question. It was worth £250,000. Worth noting, if he gives the wrong answer, it loses him £93,000 for a wrong answer.
Thanks for telling him, Meg.
The next voice you'll hear will be Eggs. He'll tell you the question. There are still 4 possible answers. You'll have 30 seconds. One of them is worth £250,000. All right. Okay. Egg Fried Cheese. Very best of luck. You've got 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Hi, Toad Boy. So, The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood, first published in what year? Was it 1975, 1985, 1980, or 1990?
Oh God.
My opinion is between 80 and 85. Do you have any further ideas other than that?
I thought it was 1975.
You think it was that early?
I'm not sure how much of Margaret Atwood would write it, but I think it's that. But I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at dating. I love you though.
Well, oh, that's not that button anymore. Well,
yes,
well, that was completely useless.
One of those is worth $250,000. 3 of them will cost you £93,000. You don't have to play. You've got no lifelines left, but you're on £125,000. The Handmaid's Tale, written by Margaret Atwood, was first published in which year? 1975, 1985, 1980, 1990.
Nothing against Toyboy. I don't think it's as early as 75. I think it was 80s, and in the end of the day, I'm only here once.
You are?
Until I
reset
until you decide to press the button.
Until I press the button. Quite right. But you only get one opportunity to, on that logic, you only get one opportunity to lose £93,000.
Yeah. Don't think it's 75. Don't think it's 90. For some reason, I between 80 and 85, I'm more swaying towards 85. Because I'm thinking it was possibly mid-80s rather than early 80s. And I don't think it was late as 90s.
You don't have to play if you don't want to.
Yeah,
you
but
walk away.
yeah, but I'm Egg, and you know I always go all in. You know what I'm like.
Go big or go home.
Exactly. And the thing is, if I'd be tied on the leaderboard if I took away 250,000.
You'd be tied top if you won 250. You'd be tied with 2 other people in second if you walk with 125.
Okay, screw it. B final answer, Ben.
B.
Going for it. B final answer. 1985. I now have goosebumps.
You've just won £250,000.
Come on!
Well played. Wow, hype in the chat. There's PogChamps and all sorts. I can say I knew some time ago that Score Count actually elected to walk away with £125,000 on that question. Didn't know the answer, so he wouldn't have been much help on a phone a friend either. So the lobby is.
Did Matt know the question? Is the other question?
Did Matt know the answer? I don't know. I'll have to wait for him to report back. No, he didn't. Apparently.
Oh, great! That was a completely useless phone a friend.
So, Egg, your lifelines are depleted. You are up to £250,000. A wrong answer now would cost you £218,000, but walking away would put you at the top of the leaderboard. Sorry, walking away joint top of the leaderboard. A right answer is worth £500,000. Have a look at question number 14 of a possible 15. We've only been here once before. Good luck. Who designed the Taj Mahal? Ustad Ahmad Lowry, Mimar Sinan, Shah Jahan, Mumtaz Mahal.
I hate this question.
Any particular reason?
Because as soon as A comes up, it kind of triggered something going, that sounds familiar. Just the surname Lahori sounds very, very, very familiar, and I don't know why.
My wife is grateful for the votes of support from the chat. Thank you, guys. Maybe she'll keep writing them for me. I've got nothing on my screen, Egg. Who designed the Taj Mahal? Ustad Ahmed Lowry, Mimar Sinan, Shah Jahan, Mumtaz Mahal. It's worth £500,000.
Now, if I was sat in the real chair, I would have walked away at this point.
You are sat in the real chair, darling.
The fact that you won't even accept my PayPal details for prize money kind of indicates the point that I may as well go big or go home.
That's
On the
not in the
basis
spirit
that-
of the game, though.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
I probably won't.
It's your turn.
I
in the
probably
hot
won't
seat,
know the
Camilla.
£1 million question, knowing Megs. I can imagine what the next question is likely to be if I was to get there.
If you get there.
I've got that feeling in the back of my mind. It's the name that sticks out as soon as it came up. It was the first name that was like, I'm sure that's it. $468,000
Just
potentially to
two-
lose on the next one.
on the next one, 468.
200 odd on this one.
218 on this one.
Screw it. Going big or going home? A
You wanna
final
play?
answer.
Final
I'm
answer.
playing a final answer.
Why that one?
The Lahori. Literally, the name Lahori is just ringing so many bells at the moment. And it's the only name out of those that I've heard of. I don't know if he was the person who designed the Taj Mahal. I have absolutely no idea.
He certainly was. You've
But-
just won £500,000. But my heart's going like this. I don't see the questions. My wife is here to factoid if she can remember the facts off the top of her head. Do you remember anything about those?
The only thing I can really be at liberty to tell anyone about the options are two of them are the people buried at the Taj Mahal. Another one was a sort of rival architect that was building at the same time.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Flush. So, egg fried cheese. You are now.
Egg fried
on
cheese versus Meg.
You've left. You've left the leaderboard standing. You have no lifelines left. You've won £500,000. If you walk away now, you would go to the top of the leaderboard. The next question is worth £1 million. But if you get it wrong, you lose £468,000. You understand what's at stake here. Here is question number 15 of 15. What is the name of the only man to be buried on the moon? Hugh Dryden, Yuri Gagarin, Neil Armstrong, Eugene Shoemaker.
You wouldn't actually believe this. I have a feeling I know this.
Oh my god.
I have a feeling I know this.
We've only been here once before in a non-canon game, and it didn't end well for Jack Wilfred.
I have a feeling I know this. And it was a case of going, I know it's not this, no, it's not this. For some reason, A is resonating a figment of doubt in my mind. Because as soon as Eugene Shoemaker came up, I was like, I've definitely heard that name before in regards to looking up something before. And I knew it was a really weird name. And I thought, that's a really weird person. And it was like, oh, okay. That's interesting to know. But Hugh Dryden, for some reason, is ringing an ounce of doubt in the back of my mind. Because I know Yuri Gagarin definitely wasn't, and Neil Armstrong definitely wasn't. I know that much for a fact.
Worth £1 million. What is the name of the only man to be buried on the moon? Hugh Dryden, Yuri Gagarin, Neil Armstrong, Eugene Shoemaker.
Do I go for it? 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 Do I go big or do I go home? Ben, I came here with nothing. I'd be happy enough going away, as I explained earlier, with £32,000. I am going to play. I am going to play.
Still my fluttering heart.
And I'm going to lock in the Eugene Shoemaker.
Final answer.
I'm not saying those 2 words yet. There's a reason I'm not saying those 2 words yet. Do I? Lock in D.
Final answer.
Final answer. My heart is racing. I have goosebumps.
You've just won £1 million! Wow! Yes, the text mesh works! And the confetti worked! Whoa! Beat your stack! Egg, wow!
Oh god, I'm sweating.
Congratulations!
I am actually so cool right now.
My heart is in my mouth. You've just won a virtual £1 million. Thank you very much, Kazfest, for the 400 bits there. Oh,
wow.
My heart is going. Do you want to come and have a
Go on,
chat?
Egg. Well done, mate.
Do you want to come have a chat with the
Bloody
question? Right, Megs,
hell.
come and join the camera. Thank you, XCBK Boss, for that follow. I'm glad that was the moment we decided to follow there. When we decide drama happens. Here's my wife. Megs, do you want to just talk us through the factoid on that question?
Yeah, so obviously everyone knows. I can't remember whose names I put in now. First man on the moon.
Yuri
Neil
Gagarin,
Armstrong,
Neil Armstrong, Hugh Dresden was the one that was really throwing me for a loop.
He was the admin, Hugh Dryden, and Yuri Gagarin, obviously first human to be sent out into space. Eugene Shoemaker, he actually trained astronauts, and they decided that the best way to commemorate the legacy, because so many of them obviously were trained by him, was to bury him the place where ultimately his training sent them. So it's quite a nice little bit of trivia for that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, egg fried cheese. Megs, could you possibly jump off me now? Well, no, I wasn't going to say that, but it's just there's not very much room on this chair, that's all. Well, egg fried cheese, you are the first person to go all the way, and it is Mrs. Flesh's stack that you have cracked. No pun intended. I did promise another game unless this one went on for an inordinately long time. It is now 10 o'clock. It does feel like that should be a sensible place to leave the stream at this point. Megs is nodding at me, but I did say we'd play another game. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm torn between wanting to play
I'd say another one.
I'd
say one more at this point. We have to see if we can get another millionaire.
That's finish on a high. One more. Stop. Take the money and run. End on a high.
There we go.
End it. We're on a mill high. I did say because I do like saying welcome to the fourth and final part of tonight's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I think the people are quite right. It's a good place to stop, and it's a bit of a difficult act to follow. So I think we will end it there. So apologies if you were hoping for another run, but that one did rather go on as to be expected with 15 questions. Wow, egg fried cheese! You have won a virtual £1 million. You go straight to the top of the leaderboard. Congratulations. I'm out of words to say, but I will do the adverts and post-stream stuff in just a second. But for now, egg fried cheese, £1 million.
I've still got goosebumps.
Right. Okay. Don't press stop streaming, Ben, because you haven't quite finished yet. You want to stop the OBS play, you want to go back there, and then you want to enable the webcam, which I don't have on this one. So I normally go to countdown pre-show for this one because I know I've got a reasonably sized camera on there. Well, after that, monumental effort from Egg Fried Cheese. Egg, I'm just going to switch off the Discord just for a second. So
that's cool.
If you talk to me, then you'll just be distracting me, but no one will hear you. In fact, let me deafen myself in there and we'll chat in a minute. Let's. What was I going to look for? I was going to look for the ending music. And then I was going to. Is that the ending music? And then I was going to do adverts. Now, not adverts per se, but mentioning of other people. Closing full. That's the one I want. Is that it there? There we go. So that's all prepped and ready to go. So, this evening, blimey, I forgot what's happened. Someone walked away with 16,000 earlier on. Who walked away with 16,000? It's so long ago, and I feel like I should remember that, but my head has been so in this game that someone will tell me on chat in a minute. Random Zombie walked away with £16,000. Jack Wilfred had a difficult question stack and ended up walking away with nothing at all. But Egg Fried Cheese has gotten into the chair, and he has gone all the way to the £1 million. And he's answered it correctly, walking away as a millionaire, straight to the top of the leaderboard. It only took, what, 10 runs, and someone has done it. So, if you think that you can write a good question stack for this, then please do join the Discord and download the app, which will let you write questions and submit them to me. We've already talked a little bit about difficulty tonight, and there is something of a knack to it. If your question stack is featured tonight, thank you very much. If you'd like to resubmit it from the question that we saw down, you obviously need to change those, but the other ones can say, and the app does let you save your stacks so that you can go back and edit them. Then please do so. Please do get in touch, because we are now running out. We're down to about, I think there's 2 that have been proofed, and there's about 4 or 5 that need to be proofed. So do send me some more stacks, and we can continue playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Tomorrow night is normally Ash, but Ash is having a well-deserved week off. However, quiz night on Ash's channel will continue, and of course you can also go and join Ash's Discord right there. Score Count and Egg Fried Cheese, who you've just heard win £1 million, will be hosting Avanti un Altro over on Ash's channel tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, so do pop along for that. On Thursday, you've got the Chase VGM over on Quetz's channel, which is at 1 p.m, I want to say, 1 p.m. British Summer Time. Friday evening, again, Ash is continuing with his week off, but you can go and check out Matt the Ref's new game. Is it game work in progress? I want to say work in progress, but I don't mean to be rude if it's not work in progress. And I'm now trying to remember what the name of it is. Perfect Timing. It's called Perfect Timing. Matt the Ref's game will be airing on Friday night at 8 p.m. BST, and that is over on twitch.tv/Matt_the_ref. 8 o'clock on Friday. Is he in voice, is he? Matt, do you want to just say a few words, 30 seconds maybe, on your game? Give me a second just to undeafen. Matt, just a few words, 30 seconds or so on Perfect Timing. Oh, hang on, let me turn Discord on. Matt?
Yeah, hi, sir. Yes, so it's a kind of in progress / nearly there stream. Yeah, as you say, twitch.tv/Matt_the_ref. Perfect timing. It's 8 p.m. British summertime start, and you will all be more than welcome to come and join in.
Thank you very much, Matt. So do pop along on Friday if you fancy seeing some of Matt's game in progress. Like I say, on Saturday I'm taking a day off because, say, last Saturday really took it out of me. So I think I can have a week off. That's fine, and everyone will come back. Sunday night, of course, you can go down for your drink of choice at the Pinnacle Larder with Tipster for his version of the pub quiz at 7 p.m. BST, twitch.tv/T1pster, Tipster with a 1 instead of an I. And I am back next Tuesday with Blockbusters and Family Fortunes. I think I've got pegged in for next Tuesday. So do come back for that. We're going to rest Millionaire for at least a week. But yes, Blockbusters and Family Fortunes next Tuesday here on my channel at 8 p.m. BST. And then next Wednesday, it's still up in the air at the moment, and we need to confirm stuff. It is subject to availability, confirmation, and absolute finality. But I think Wednesday week, so a week tomorrow, might be the battle of the hosts between myself and Ash the Bash on Ash's channel. Keep your eyes. That is not confirmed. But that is the rumblings and the musings that we're talking about at the moment following Saturday's marathon, and that was the £1,000 milestone, which we unlocked. The Battle of the Hosts, Countdown, Duel, and something else. We have more to discuss on that, but that is maybe happening a week tomorrow, next Wednesday, subject to absolute confirmation. So do keep your eyes on both my Discord and on Ash's Discord. And then, just thinking way ahead, Saturday the 13th of June, I'm going to start the off-season of Saturday night game shows, which is going to be the first public reveal of my new game that I am working on at the moment. I've been working on today, and I'm going to continue working on this week. That is going to be a week on Saturday, the 13th of June, the beginning of the off-season. So, lots and lots to look forward to. Please do go check them out. And if in doubt, come and join the Discord, either mine or Ash's. We tend to share alike, and it's all really good fun. For now, I have been Royal Flush. It has been lovely. It has been lovely talking to you all tonight. I hope you have had a good evening. Random Zombie leaving earlier on with £16,000. Jack Wilfred having a bit of a struggle, not leaving with anything, but Egg Fried Cheese leaving with £1 million. Matt is asking, can people DM you their schedules if they're streaming so that he can advertise on Friday, if you're happy for him to do that. Egg Fried Cheese, our first Millionaire contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Millionaire is taking a bit of a break. I have earmarked it to come back on a Saturday. I think I put it in a Saturday the 20th of June, so not Saturday week. Saturday after that, we'll be back with Millionaire. So if you fancy playing some more, and if you fancy writing some questions, do come and join the Discord and let me have them from the app. For now, though, I have been Royal Flush. It's been lovely talking to you. Peace out, everyone. Stay safe, and I will see you all really soon. Take care, and good night.